Welcome back to Combat Sports Weekly. This is the part of the show where we take a look at national and local headlines. Let's roll those national ones.
UFC 184 Staples Center Women's MMA headlines and Holm co-headlines. Ronda Rousey makes extremely quick work of Kat Zingano, wins via armbar.
Bad move running into judoka like that.
Holm wins a split decision, extremely intelligent fight, won a very tough decision. I thought it was great, good fight to get her going.
Get those jitters out of the way, make sure, she's nice and clean for the next one.
Absolutely. Tim Means did not need to get any jitters out of the way, wins TKO first round, and also takes home fight of the night bonus. We're super proud, extremely pumped for Tim. That was an amazing,
yeah, it was $50K for him.
It was beautiful.
Some guys that'll be making a lot more money. Saturday night when boxing makes its debut on NBC. Premier Boxing Champions, first time in nearly 30 years that boxing has been on the national scene in prime time on NBC.
Local guys, 505 represented this weekend. Guys were fighting all over the country. It's exciting to see these young guys getting fights.
Yeah, let's jump right into that local scene. This image here just displays the dominance that New Mexico had in the regional and national scenes. The first guy we'll take a look at is Jordan Espinoza, who defeated the previously undefeated Jordan Morales via first-round darce choke at Pennsylvania Cage Fights 20. This guy is a traveling man. He trains in Ohio. He's mostly based here, but nonetheless, he got the work done. Jerome Rivera, this kid is unbelievable. This guy's 7-0 so far in his MMA career when you combine amateur and pro, a submission ace. He was victorious against Roger Reyes in Texas. Brian Mendoza, the guy pictured to the right of your screen, left of your screen, I beg your pardon. A phenomenal performance, dominating in his unanimous decision victory. He improves to 4-0. So, unbelievable for the local guys. And speaking of local, there's a bunch of local events that are coming up.
March 28th, El Paso Price of Glory. Carlos Villa versus Armando Rodriguez for the lightweight title. This, I think, is crazy. In Socorro, Texas, King of the Cage is having a card April 11th, and they have 20 bouts on this card.
You ever been on a card that had that many fights?
I have not, but I feel sorry for the guy that fights the main event because they might be fighting the next day.
And that same night, April 11th, Josh Torres versus Randy Ganoe, in the biggest fight Albuquerque has seen in about 7 years. So that's the fight. I know we're going to have the guys here, and maybe we can have them face off here in the next few weeks. So
absolutely.
Exciting contest coming up in both central New Mexico, southern New Mexico, and western Texas. So.
Awesome. Let's jump into the highlights, Jorge. This is my favorite part of the show where we actually get to take a look at some of the footage that people are getting punched in the face, and that happens to be my thing.
Let's take a look at them. Here's a big one over the weekend. We were lucky to find this online because it was so short, 14 seconds. Don't mess with judoka like that. Armbar. What did you think of how she set it up?
I think Kat Zingano's arm was in the wrong place and she kept grabbing behind her head. I don't know. A lot of things are going through your head, and she's been out of the ring for a long time, and I feel so bad for Kat Zingano. I really am a fan of hers, but wrong game plan. You can't do it. Not against Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, and someone who did have a game plan, Holm, remained very technical. This is her forte, what we're used to seeing her as. What did you think of her? One, coming out extremely nervous at the beginning, and do you feel she settled as the fight went on?
I think absolutely she settled down. You're talking about a co-main event in the sold-out Staples Center. There's going to be nerves. It's your first UFC fight. I thought she did well. I thought the third round was great. She stayed super composed, even getting hit. Her footwork won the fight. And this is just the beginning of her
winner
career.
By split decision. Here we are, Charmaine Tweet against Chris Cyborg. Cyborg, of course, dominant. Came out hard in the first round. Unbelievable, just overwhelming her opponent. Herb Dean had to step into this one right away. I
think that also goes to another game plan flaw. I really don't feel like standing in front of Cyborg is really the best game plan. I'm not sure, but it's easier said than done. When you have a game plan and you get hit, everything's out the window.
Let's hope we can see Cyborg at 135. Another guy that was overwhelming, Carl Frampton defended his title against Chris Avalos from Los Angeles. Frampton, of course, from the UK, dominating performance. Didn't even have to finish him off. The referee jumped in just in time, as you'll see in the highlight in just moments, but just extremely overwhelming. The UK guys, I don't think people should, one, boxing is a resurgence here in the United States, but in the UK, the guys have been dominant. Here's the finish of the fight when the referee actually stepped in. It was just too much, too overwhelming. I mean, boxing, you're excited about it, I'm excited about it. Another thing that we're excited about is jumping right next to our guest. Right after the break, we're gonna have your coach.
Brandon Gibson,
Six Gun Gibson. So make sure you guys come back. We have about a 7-minute interview with Brandon Gibson. Make sure you guys follow him at 6 Guns Gibson. We'll be back after the break with Brandon.